Imperial College is really uniquely placed to address global challenges. The Global Development Hub draws together everything Imperial is doing really in terms of addressing the Sustainable Development Goals.
What excites me about the collaboration between IMS and Imperial College is the opportunity to exchange ideas. We aspire to be among the best scientific institutions in the world. And an important way to do this is to have these exchanges of ideas with other institutions that are doing exemplary work in science.
A number of years ago, I co-founded an international network called AgriNet, which is an agri-science chemical biology network. And we recognise the importance of bringing together partners from different disciplines to work together with end users, but also with policymakers. And I think it's really exciting because the opportunities that those interactions create can lead to a better understanding of how technologies that have been created perhaps for other uses can actually be ported. And I really firmly believe that if we are going to be able to tackle the global challenge of food security, we're going to need to train the next generation of scientists in this area. And I really believe that the training that we're giving to our doctoral training students is going to be able to equip them with the skills necessary to tackle some of these really big challenges.
So the hub will improve what Imperial's already doing in the international development space by forming new partnerships, being a focal point for people external from college, like stakeholders and funders, to be aware of what's going on in the college, and also by linking up researchers and educators in the college so that we can share best practice and also share the expertise and contacts that we have with each other.
We attract the brightest young researchers, and it's an absolute pleasure to work with them. So what I do is economic evaluations of public health interventions, and the biggest impact I have seen from my research is probably the economic evaluation that we did for a very big HIV prevention trial. We found that this prevention intervention in very high prevalence communities leads to a reduction in HIV incidence, and we found that this is actually a very cost-effective intervention. The findings have led the US government to increase their investments into this prevention intervention. So I'm quite happy about the impact that our research had there.
A lot of the research topics that I work on require interdisciplinary collaborations, so they're not just solved by engineers, but also require people who have medical knowledge or knowledge of behavioral characteristics of the populations who are affected. And so a lot of the research has involved working with these other disciplines to come up with holistic solutions.
We do a lot of field work in geophysics. We actually go into the field, are exposed in different countries. I guess my initial involvement was Equinox, which is a humanitarian R&D society that goes and helps people in Rwanda. I ended up using all the skills that I learned from my course and going into the field and doing geological maps and understanding the terrain, and I ended up going to Rwanda with the society to basically figure out how we could do groundwater wells and help the local people there.
We're really at the forefront of scientific discovery and also technological innovation. And that's really what's going to be needed to solve a lot of these global challenges, is creative thinking, but also partnerships with people outside of academia who can contribute to achieving impact on the ground.